morning, you guys. FSC Trucking. Let me know if you come up with a better video opener than that right there. I know it's kind of getting old and boring, so I'll let you guys figure out. When I get out of the truck and start my videos, how do you think I should start them? Let me know. All right, well, I guess we'll stick with what's been working. I guess we'll try to change it up. I never introduced myself. I am Steve Feschek. This is Orwell. Orwell is my 1984 Peterbilt 362 Cabover. I know, it's repetitive, right? Those guys subscribed for a while, bear with me. Alrighty, Orwell over here is a 1984 Peterbilt 362 Cabover. We've got a load on. We're over here in Newton, Iowa at the Loves. Why the Loves? They had my salad and egg cups. Why else? So I got to eat my breakfast that I like. So I just got done eating that. It's 45 degrees out, still got to wear the hoodie. It's pretty, a little chill out. It wasn't ridiculously cold, but nice and warm in the truck there. I know, right? Listen, I've been suffering in the truck, either sleep in the cold weather, sleep in the hot weather. Hey, I'm enjoying this thing nowadays, really big time. All right, so with that, let me get and show you what we got. Yesterday, we loaded up homogenizers out there in Colorado. What are those? I don't know, these stainless steel boxes, almost like generators. I set them down on a forklift, right on them 2x4s. I nailed the boards down, 2 straps over a piece. The weight makes it right at it, about 3,000 pounds per strap. Little over actually. Now this right here, it's right on top of the sheet metal. It's exactly how the shipper said to do. I'm surprised the shrink wrap's making the trip. They shrink wrap with this pretty thick shrink wrap, I think, but they put this glass tape on it, so it seems to work pretty good. Either way, nice tight strap, real tight strap. This one here is where the beef is. He says it's real thick right there, so that's where he says these front ones crank it hard. I videotaped the whole loading process, especially since it seemed weird to me to put straps right over that sheet metal. You could have chained it down from the bottom, but the guy recommended me to strap it. I'm like, okay, it's your stuff, you know what you're doing. I mean, I know how to secure it, but it looked like it'd be easier just to strap it. Like I said, I could have chained it from the bottom, but then I got real picky. And if you have one chain, because I'd have one chain pulling forward, one chain pulling backwards from the legs, if one fails, then the whole thing turns loose. So this way, if one strap fails, you still got the second. That's the other reason I did it like that. Sometimes it's easier to do it that way. I had no wrap around the leg options. So maybe could have laid a chain over here, but you couldn't wrap around it. See, because of the leg, it did move a little bit, as you could tell. It actually moved a lot. I had to nail the brake hard last night. I had a car literally do a U-turn and come at me head on, but in the shoulder, and I didn't know what was going on. Honestly, I tagged that brake real hard. I thought it was a suicide attempt. People do that, you know, suicide by truck. People do that, you know, suicide by truck. Man, that's some scary stuff. Well, either way, that's why it moved. So I guess I did my job good enough. So hopefully I won't have to smash the brake any harder again. But that's why we film. But not for nothing, that's why we film everything. I got the dash cam. We're gonna set up the GoPros here. I don't usually run the GoPros at night. That video gets kind of boring unless I know it's gonna be something spectacular. All right, with that, enough of me yapping. Let me kill the green APU, get the big Caterpillar fired up. Let's get the GoPro set up and get on out of here. I'm gonna try to deliver this afternoon, actually. That'd be real nice. Boys and girls, how you like that? 400 horsepower Caterpillar power comes to life. Engine's already warm. Green APU took care of that. That's how it keeps me warm and the engine warm. Now for the air pressure, yeah, we gotta wait for that. It loses air pressure overnight. It's an old truck, you know, old cranky, just like me. It's not that old though. Don't tell nobody. truck driver and an owner-operator. Naturally, I have high blood pressure. I'm also related to my mom. Advils for my back. I like this orange juice better, not from concentrate. Why does that matter to me? It's not orange juice made out of powder and water. It's probably actual juice. Like, legitimately they squeezed oranges to make it. As far as I know, that's what that means. What do I know? Clearly I'm not a health expert. But I am an expert in this. Hit that like button, that helps. And hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what I got coming up. What do I got coming up? You'll have to wait and see. But hit that subscribe button and hit that bell, get them notifications. Make sure you hit that stuff. I'll hit that like button. I mean, brake button. On the road. I almost got ran over in this truck stop yesterday. One of the Love's fuel trucks coming backwards out the Catskill. He was straight getting after it. You know, you don't expect to see a truck coming backwards on the Catskill. Now, naturally, I keep my eyes out for crap like that because, I don't know, maybe it's the fact I was bald growing up in New Jersey in a public high school. But I tend to have eyes behind my head. Borderline paranoid, perhaps. Yeah, I get it, honestly, though. My mother's no different. My mother... take my mom to a restaurant. I'll tell you where she's gonna sit. She's gonna sit at the table where you could face the door. Mom wants to see who's coming and who's going. Brake switch doesn't work. Not this one. The one at the engine. That failed last night. If I turn that switch on, the Jakes come on. Doesn't matter if I'm on the throttle or not. It's supposed to, there's a switch that turns the Jakes on when I'm off the throttle. But if I step on the throttle, the Jakes will still activate. And that's obviously a problem. So it's just a switch in the side of the ejector pump. It just threads in. It's also the curve idle adjustment. These engines didn't come factory with Jake brakes, so it was an addition, an add-on. So what they did is they took the adjustment that's a throttle stop. They back that adjustment all the way out, take it out, and they put a switch in there in that same hole. And when you come off the throttle, it hits that switch, pushes the button in, and that engages the Jake brakes. Well, now it don't matter if I give a throttle or not, they'll come on. There's 3 switches to the Jakes. There's the one at the injector pump, which is the throttle switch. Here's your main switch, and then there's a switch with your clutch. That when you step on your clutch, your Jakes will go off, and that way it won't stall your engine out if you actually use your clutch, which during shifting I don't. I float them like old school guys do. Maybe one day I'll put a video up on how to float gears, clutchless shifting. But I think if you take your CDL test, you have to double clutch, which makes no sense because nobody does. I don't think I could double clutch again. I've been driving for 24 years. I don't think I could double clutch now. I could back then, but I also was learned in either a 9 or a 10 speed. The road test was taken in a Cabover. I think they were, yeah, Freightliners with the little fighter jet shifter. Pretty short throw little deal. Or maybe it was an International, I can't really remember. Old JB Hunt trucks. Big condos. Cabover. I don't remember the model of them. Went to CDL school in Edison, New Jersey. My parents still live there, obviously, so I moved back from West Virginia. Yeah, so when I got my CDL, I was staying at my parents' house for a very short time being. And once I got my trucking job, I got my own crib, and that was the end of that. It was one of those deals, I had to land home to get back on my feet and then get going again. Why I think I busted my ass so hard to make sure my parents got in their house and everything got moved and not damaged. And I took care of it all, me and Jen. Because back when I was flat broke, trying to get my life restarted, yeah, I had to land at home. Went to trucking school, lived with my parents. With an infant son. Literally an infant. So I went to trucking school, got my trucking job, and hammered down ever since, basically. I learned how to do it all wrong first. I guess you have to fall before you walk, right? Like you're gonna crawl, then you're gonna try to walk. You're gonna face plant a few times, and that teaches you a bunch of stuff. Like how not to do it again. Since back then, I've been trying real hard to learn from my mistakes. Why would you get off? Build up speed first, fool. Well, I was gonna move over anyway, but at least he's got his four-ways on. But why wouldn't you build up speed on the shoulder, then merge into moving traffic? I get it, but he come off the shoulder from a virtual dead stop. That guy in that blue truck I posted a while back. I don't know, like last week probably for you guys. He literally just came right off the shoulder from a dead stop. I was already moving over because there was a truck on the shoulder, but build up some speed first. I mean, I get it's a rumble strip there and all, but that's just dumb. It's the most dangerous thing on planet Earth, but it wasn't smart. They don't teach common sense, that's for sure. You know, I like to say that I learned by starving to death and not dying back in the day. The fact remains, though, I don't even know if I'm doing it right now. I was dragging a lot of boat anchors for many years, though. A lot of dead weight. Just dealing with being a single dad, young children, adolescent children growing up. They're just struggling all in all. I'm trying to make sure I do the right thing with them. I didn't have the support system I have now. It sounds silly, but the kids are grown, so they're out now. Matt grew up, he moved out. Sean, I never did get custody of him. He moved out and made himself a success doing his own thing. Hopefully Matt will follow in his shoes. We'll see. I mean, Matt's in charge of his own life. I did the best I could as his dad.
Hey, Niece, you got it on.
No idea who that was calling for him. It wasn't me. To get unloaded today. I did call them earlier before I left. They didn't answer. It just rang and went to nothing. So according to my paperwork, I'm good till 3:30. But they were prior to 3:30. We're golden. That's on the bills now. Well, we'll see. We'll try. Today's Thursday. New video drops today. Ironically, that video, what'd you think about that video? I know I'm talking about in the future, but for me, my future, your past. What'd you think of that video talking about the truck stops and how some of these smaller chain truck stops, the customer service is way better, that you have people there that are working, the diesel is cheaper, A lot of them have bigger parking now, like this Quick Trip we're going to. Huge parking lot, excellent service. They don't have a restaurant, but neither does the TA anymore. Actually, good food, a nice little selection. I mean, still gas station food. You can get whole chicken. You can get, you know, your tenders. You can get your bone-in chicken, 8-piece, 4 pieces. You get mashed potatoes. You get whatever you want. Heck, you can even get meat in there. I've seen little steaks sold in there. So, like, literally, if you're going across the country and you, or even just out with your side by side or something, and you want to stop and get a little steak to throw on the grill real quick, they sell little steaks at the Quick Trip, for God's sakes. So I put it in the video about, like, well, these smaller chains put to shame, actually maybe put under these mega conglomerate truck stops that are literally charging 50, 60 cents more a gallon. I was listening to Steve Summers' Overnight Drive last night on YouTube live, and you can put it on your phone and just take down the screen. But anyway, the owner of Hot Shot Secrets, Chris Krabeltrick, I can't even get the name right. Anyway, he was talking about doing a motorhome trip last night, and he went out west and stuff, and he was amazed that, like, a truck stop is like 50, 60, 70 cents a gallon more than the station across the street. Now, he's just filling up an RV. But he's like, how is it that these truck stops are getting away with charging so much more per gallon? Now, we all know they have their own contracts with the big mega carriers, so the mega carriers ain't paying what it says at the pump. There's a lot less. And in truth, I might be getting a discount. We used to. I don't know if we still get it any longer. And I haven't gotten any paperwork to say we don't, but I haven't got any paperwork to say we do anymore. But either way, like the TA, it's just, the service is horrible. They're so understaffed. They don't have a staffing problem in the Quick Trips or the Thorntons, or the Buckies. They seem to be with full staff, or at least enough staff to stay open. But I mean, like out there in Colorado, I stayed at the TA right there in Aurora, Colorado, off Quebec Street, and you know, the Burger King
construction on road ahead
opens in the morning. I can't stand Burger King breakfast, so you're left with nothing. You get more orange juice and leave. The Popeyes opens later in the morning, I guess. They at least stay open reasonably at a reasonable time. When the Burger King closes at like 3 or 3:30, like, what is that? At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you can't get a Burger King? That's ridiculous. So if you're at the TA, it's your only options. There's no salads, there's no sandwiches, other than that overpriced prepackaged thing that it's more bread than, like, there's literally a small sheet of meat and all bread. Tastes like crap. It's just like TA totally forgot how to be a truck stop, or even they totally don't care about customer service. It's fuel, charge a fortune for parking in that reserved parking scam, and then get the F out of here. That's what it seems like to me. Now, Petro, I get it, they're the same as the TA corporately. They usually have the restaurant still, and you can get good food to go at the fuel island. If I go there, I usually get my, well, they have the salads oftentimes too. Or I'll get my 2 pork chops, and I'll get mashed with gravy and rice. With some gravy on the rice. That way I can get the rice down. Not a fan of rice, just white rice, like a bowl of rice, white rice. Not for me. Gotta put something on it. You get Chinese food, I put soy sauce on there until it's like just a golden brown. Mix it all up. Now I'll eat that stuff out of a bucket. So anything about them videos talking about the truck stops, leave a comment. What do you think?
Who's good, who's bad, who's ugly. The Pilot. Oh, 529, sorry. So 530 something at the TA, 525 at the Pilot. I couldn't see the quick trip sign. 493. What does that tell you? $493 at the quick trip. Excellent. A little windy out.
Alrighty. Versus enter data, you have to just know what you put in. Usually it'll prompt you like truck number, trip, whatever, mileage if you need it. Here they just go enter data. I guess it's not that advanced of a system. Oh well. Being advanced, so I just need it to work.